callers calling me, I decided I'm going to put out a video of how to cold call professionally. And it's a combination of receiving really bad cold calls and also the fact that I train a lot of salespeople, and most salespeople that I train fear cold calling. So to my surprise, that was at the end of one of the years, and by January the following year, I had quite a few people having viewed that, and then I had a number of subscribers, so I continued on that journey and put a few more videos out. January this year, I was fortunate enough with Peter, we were both fortunate enough, to be in Cabo with my lovely sister and brother-in-law, my sexy brother-in-law. As he likes to be known.
He likes to be known.
Just so you all know. And we were fortunate enough to be invited along to their timeshare over there. Now, if any of you have experienced timeshare holidays, you'll know that they're going to try and sell to you, right?
Oh yes.
In the opposite direction. So I endured like over an hour of the worst sales pattern, where we were literally imprisoned in this room, and all I'm thinking is, oh my God, this is seriously tarnishing sales professions for the profession of sales for everyone out there. So at that point, I remember saying to everybody in Cabo, I'm going to write a book. And my problem is when I say something like that, I've got to do it. So that became my mission then. So I came home, and by March, end of March, I finished this book. So I wrote it. I sent it off to publishers, not expecting anything. About 5 weeks later, nearly fell off my chair when I got the first contract. Got a couple of contracts offered to me, so really, really over the moon. And then literally now, at that moment, I thought, yay, J.K. Rowling, eat your heart out. I'm gonna have a book launch. And here we are. But the mission for me, really, I mean, the message in this book and the other books to come yet, by the way. Just saying. And then is the fact that cold callers everywhere, in the UK especially, and I'm sure it's pretty similar over there and across the pond, and they give sales a really bad name, a really bad reputation, because they are, we're talking about people who are probably untrained, probably naive and don't know any better, and really lack self-awareness. They lack self-awareness, but the other side of the coin is they also have a lot of fear when they're making these cold calls. So what the book is about, it's about helping people to overcome those fears, so they start to realize how they're coming across to people. And it's about, it's the basics of human communication, and the fact that, you know what, if you're nice to other people, you might get given the time of day. But if you come across like a bulldog, buy what I've got, then the likelihood is you're going to get the phone slammed down on you, right? Which I think we've all done. Yeah? So I wanted the page that I'm going to read, so in this book I've got this section about how one of the things that people hate, receivers of cold callers hate the most, is when they're not really honest with you and they don't respect you, right? So I've got these 3 categories of cold callers. You've got the generous cold caller, who feels they want to offer you something that you don't want, that never need, and never even thought about having, alright? Then you've got the undercover caller who claims they're not a salesperson, but they actually are a salesperson, not selling you anything. You're calling them, right? And then you've got what I call the submissive caller. I'm just going to read you the first page of the submissive caller. Very might have had a drink, so I'm trying to focus it. This is the caller who puts themselves in an inferior position through the language and the tone that they use with their prospects. At the same time, you will automatically put the prospect into a superior position. According to the theory of transactional analysis, you could be putting yourself into what is called the child mindset, and then the other person, in this case your prospect, automatically takes what's called the parent role. So you will be talked down to from that moment onward in a parental fashion. That could be condescending, maternal, or simply directive. But their responses are simply a reaction to the positions that you will have created through your choice of language and tone. Many salespeople put themselves in a submissive position with their prospects on the phone. Having put much thought into why and understanding salespeople, I have worked out this happens because there is a fine line between behaviour that is perceived as polite and that which gives a perception of you being submissive. Thus, if you don't know when polite crosses over to being submissive, then you can't really control it. So let's recognise some of the language, tone, and approaches that are polite versus those that put you in a submissive position. My little quote there is, don't be sorry, be strong.
Well done.
So, guys, the mission is, let's get rid of bad cold callers. Let's spread the word about the fact that we need professional cold callers, or everybody in sales gets tarnished, and there's a lot of people who rely on selling as a profession, as an income, and as a livelihood.
And let's buy a place in Mexico.
Yay! And thank you very much for your support and for coming. Have a good day.